Hello, welcome to Reviews with Love Christmas edition. So let's get right into the Hallmark movie, 'Tis the Season to Be Merry. Alright, so this has got Rachel Lee Cook playing Mary, as in M-E-R-R-Y, which seems Lifetime and Hallmark have in common. That's one of the things, but we'll discuss that much later. It's got Travis Van Winkle playing Adam. And what's her name? Karen Melina White playing Sonia. Alright, so Mary is a writer who lately, she doesn't write fiction, but she writes about relationships. It's almost like rules of relationships, things to do in order not to get hurt, or to avoid the pain in the beginning. But she is a writer, and she's been working on a book for like a whole year, and it's somewhat turned into fiction because she somewhat creates this fictitious person who really wasn't fictitious. She actually met this person, but it turns out it's not her person. But in the book that she just wrote, it almost made it seem like she's engaged to this person, but in reality she was just using it as an example of how there's this perfect person, we all have a list, and love isn't necessarily like that. But yeah, so that's what she does. She's a writer. Adam, he usually goes all around the world. I don't know if it's like architect or building stuff or whatever, but he travels all over the place and building, doing new things, all of that. Sonia, she is Mary's boss. She owns the publishing company. I believe she owns it or she manages it. Either way, she's Mary's boss. And she was really funny in this. So, yeah, so Mary, having written this book, is perfect, it's lovely, except her boss, Sonia, thinks there's a real guy and she is engaged to this person, and she's somewhat been feeding it out in the place to her own people, like, oh yeah, so this is real. And then Mary was like, no, that's not. She tried to tell her, but things kept coming up, so therefore the boss just kept thinking she's really engaged to this one person. But soon the boss finds out that this might not be real, because they can't find the person that she supposedly has this that she's written this book about and she's supposedly engaged to. So the boss decides to go to where Mary is, which she went back to her friend's hometown to spend the holidays there and just clear their minds and figure out how they're going to fix it. But now that the boss knows, the boss wants her to write a whole nother book by the new year, which is like just 2 weeks or so. And Mary's like, oh, it took me like a whole year. But in the process, she runs into Adam, who is her friend's brother, and apparently she's like, oh, you know, he had a thing for me and he's really annoying and all this stuff. And he's all like really funny, saying, oh, I know you had a thing for me, that she had a thing for him. So it was just funny. They had great bickering and all that stuff. So that's really the premise, that she's got to figure out this book in time. But in the process, she is liking spending a lot of time with Adam. You can see their chemistry and the connection with each other is growing stronger and stronger. But alright, so my opinion about this is, woohoo! Way to go, Hallmark. I believe this is the last one, so they're definitely ending it with a bang. Yeah, it was so good, I tell you. Really good. I personally enjoyed it. I love Rachel Lee Cook. I just love her acting. She's so natural. There's just something about her. I just really like her. I like her a lot. Like, she's so personable. I think that's really what it is. Since she's all that, it doesn't matter what she does. I just love her. But alright, so but yeah, so she was amazing. I mean, she was there and I found myself going, yay, that was beautiful, lovely. The chemistry, fantastic. no blow up, nothing really. It was just I wouldn't even say really like misunderstandings. I mean, they expressed how they felt in some ways, but yeah, I think it was just so good. It was smooth sailing. Yeah, I loved every minute of it. I watched the whole thing, relaxed, and it was just, she's just so good. But they were all really good. That's the thing. It was a really good movie. Sonia, she was funny. Yeah, really funny. And Adam, he was really funny. I liked his personality in this one. Yeah, so Travis Van Winkle, great job as well. But, she's Rachel Lee Cook, so amazing. I always enjoy watching her Christmas movies. I enjoyed the one last year. Apparently she's had one before that, because this is supposedly her third with Hallmark. But I have to look to see if I actually did watch that first one. Sometimes I watch a movie and so I don't know who it is. But usually I recognize her voice, because her voice is recognizable for me. But yeah, but so good. Tease the season to be merry. Let's just say she's able to figure it out, but their chemistry is really good, and you know, obviously it's a love story. It's gonna end well, which is why I watch, as I mentioned from before. Yeah, it was so good. I'm trying to think if anything really stuck out. Oh, there's a part where she's like, you know, almost confessing her love, like, I like, don't go, and she kind of yells it out, like, well, don't go. I don't want you to go, that sort of thing. And it was like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. I mean, you knew it was coming, but it was just how she did it, like what she chose to do, which was like yell it out in the whole airport. But yeah, great stuff. Great Rachel, great Travis, great Karen. All right, definitely check that out for yourselves. That was the last of Hallmark's Christmas movie 2021, I believe. Well, for just the regular Hallmark channel, but I believe that's it. Yeah, I think so. From what I saw, this was the last one. But great job. This is definitely going on my list of good ones when I do the wrap up. But definitely stay tuned for that one. But yeah, that's it for Hallmark, and great job. Great job, Rachel, everyone. All right. Thanks again for listening. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. Like this video, watch the others. But yeah, I mean, I just really liked it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I just felt like I wanted to talk about. No, just how good it was. Right? Yeah. It was just really good. Great chemistry with everyone. I'd say I liked how it was written. Yeah, great job. Great job to the writers. Great job to the directors and producers and everyone, because they didn't do some stupid blow up thing that just kind of ruined it for me. But it was great. Everything was really good. And like I said, that one part where she just yells, oh, don't go. It was the best. It threw me off for a second, but it was the best part. I was like, oh my gosh. It was really good. It made me laugh. But alright, yes, check that out. 'Tis the season to be merry. Thanks again for listening. God bless. Later.